and I see this jersey and I'm like, oh, wow, maybe he's a New York Knicks fan. And he's showing me an actual jersey. And then, Steve, as I looked closer, I was like, oh my goodness, that is not a jersey. That's that's a piece of art that Steve has been able to do. This is unbelievable. The way that you put the creases in, the whole nine. How did this connection point come along, and what was the inspiration with this?
So Julius and his manager reached out about a year ago, and just they had seen me on social media, and said that Julius has been looking for some artwork, and has really was looking for something different, and they've been looking, and they saw my stuff, and they were they were set right there that they knew that they wanted to do something with me. So I was, of course, excited. Julius is a phenomenal player, phenomenal guy. So at first he came to me and he said, I want to do two portraits. I want to do a Nipsey piece, and I want to do a Tupac piece. And I was like, oh man, those are going to be so fire to do. And so as we got going, I've had this idea in my head that I wanted to do a jersey for a long time. And if you've seen my work, most of it is two dimensional. It's got a kind of a 3D perspective, but it's actually flat on the back. It's just it's carved and reliefed on the one side, so it gives the illusion of 3D. But I wanted to do something that was full three-dimensional, using multiple colors and all the natural colors in the wood. And so at some point, I don't know, I was just kind of joking around with his manager, and I said, let's do his jersey. And he was like, that would be really, really cool. So got the green light, and it's something that kind of came at the right time for me, in terms of I always try to evolve. At each piece I want to be better than the last. It's a real goal of mine for every piece. And I'm working on something now that I think is another evolution in what I'm doing, and I've got some other things kind of down the road that I think. So yeah, I'm constantly looking at evolving and getting better at what I do. That's what I'm passionate about, and that's what kind of keeps me going. I love what I do. I love every single aspect. It's not work to me. It's just absolute pleasure. I mean, I work, sometimes 16, 17 hours days, and it doesn't bother me one bit. Like it's crazy. So that's kind of how that came about. And, it was really special that we were able to do a pop up in New York City. We had the opportunity to partner with ball players in 1:37 p.m. And put together kind of last minute, because Julius was going to be in New York City, this unveiling. And then we were also talking to a gallery in New York City. It's called Lux. It's in the Rolls Royce dealership in New York City, and we were kind of talking to him about possibly down the road doing an exhibition there. And we said, hey, would you be open to hosting this pop up, this unveiling? He's like, absolutely, let's do it. This was a week prior to when it happened. And we ended up throwing everything together, went down to New York City, and it was awesome. I mean, Julius is just, I mean, obviously he's beloved in New York City, and he's an amazing guy and amazing player. But it was just it was real special to me, because it was really the first time that my work has ever been seen live. Other than I did show some stuff at Complex Con last year, and so yeah, the whole thing was awesome.